to TWF Dynamite. I am Jim Ross here with Trini Kwan and Kevin Owens filling in for Wade Barrett here on Dynamite. And today we have Jesus the Healer or Jesus the Freer here. Well, my birthday Yule isn't happening until next month. But around this time, Santa Claus or Holy Fellow Nicholas or Father Yule, whatever you call him, happens to show up all over. In films, farseer show, plays, whatever. But everyone knows or that the true meaning of Yule was my birth. 2,000 years ago, I was born on this earth as a gift to all mankind and womankind by my Father God, who loved mankind and womankind so much, he sent me to die. And for whoever believes in me will not die, but will have forever life. Now, a lot of folks are going to say, what about the gift giving? I was given gifts on my birthday by the wise men, the shepherds who came to see me that night or that morning. And Santa Claus or Holy Fellow Nicholas, he carries on that giving gifts the way that I was given gifts on my birthday, the way I was given as a gift to you all. So at the end of the day, Santa is doing my work, and he is doing God's work, my Father's work. And yeah, I think we all pretty much heard enough. You know, you know, Jesus, I think I heard enough. But I can't say anything bad about you, since you make everything right. You know, yes, you did come to earth as a gift by God for us all. Yes, you did die for us so we could have forever life and go to heaven smoothly. That is all true. But I don't think that a wrestling ring is the stead for the Son of God, or for the King of Kings, the Kaiser of Kaiser, the Kingling of Rest. Well, I think the wrestling ring is for wrestlers and fighters. And the way I look at it is that at the end of the day, I think me and you should wrestle. What do you think? I do not believe that wrestling and fighting is right. Folks, if they have a hang up or a bind with someone, they should talk it out. Wrestling and fighting never helps anyone. Well, Diva Talk says, I'm glad you feel that way, Jesus. At the end of the day, I'm glad you think wrestling and fighting is not the right choosing, but I truly believe that it is. And I think that it would be cool if the Son of God would wrestle for the first time. Now, I know Jesus the Healer, Jesus the Freer, wrestling and fighting in a wrestling ring doesn't happen in any wrestling business. But the TWF always wants to be the first in everything. So today, on Dynamite, think of this as an early Yule gift, or an early Gathering of Lights gift, or whatever holiday you happen to onlook and do this year. I truly believe so. So let's get a fight lord in the ring. Oh, come on. You telling me Jim Ross says that Pete Dunne is going to fight Jesus here on Dynamite? That's truly sad, Trini Kwan said. If that's what Diva Talks is doing, that's truly sad. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is, Kevin Owens said. It's truly sad, Jim Ross and Trini Kwan, that this is happening here. I know if Wade Barrett was here, he'd probably think it was some kind of good thing or something. I don't know what his thought on it is. And keep in mind, Jim Ross said, that Jesus was never a wrestler. He was never a fighter. He isn't made to be wrestled with. He isn't made to be fought with. And Jesus, he's been put in a bind here, a handicap by Diva Talks. Yes, he has, Trini Kwan said. Does he wrestle? Does he fight? What does he do? I don't know, Kevin Owens said. This is the first time we ever seen Jesus in a wrestling fight or a wrestling match. Well, here comes Kurt Angle now, the matchmaker. What the bloody hell do you think you're doing? I mean, you gonna put him in a ring? Jeez, Diva Talks, that's low. Isn't for you, and you've done a lot of shitty things during your time in a TWF. A lot of shitty things during all the time on Power Rangers Turbo. But I never thought you would put the Son of God in a wrestling fight. I never thought that. This is probably good. This is the shit that I'm talking about, Diva Talks. This is why you're gonna be out. This is why you're gonna be out, Diva Talks, by January or so. That's a stunt you pulled like this. Come with me, Jesus. All right, Kurt. I forgive you, Diva Talks. I forgive you, Elgar. I forgive you, Pete Dunne. That's sad. Good thing the matchmaker Kurt Angle came out here to stop the shit that Diva Talks was doing. And the way I look at it, Diva Talks, you can't even stand without a stand. But the way I look at it, that's shameful behavior right there. But you will be wrestling, Pete Dunne. You're going to be taking on Ronda Rousey. You always, Kurt, you always seek some way to take away all my fun. I can't do anything as Ford Woman of TWF without you putting your nose in my business. We're going to talk about this later. And here's Ronda Rousey now. And Pete Dunne going after Ronda Rousey, Jim Ross said. Thank goodness for matchmaker Kurt Angle coming out here and stopping that sad thing that was happening. Now Pete Dunne, he's become a creep. He's been behaving badly. He's become one of Diva Talks' followers, underlings, henchmen, Jim Ross said. Trini Kwan said, I think he has become a creep. He is one of Diva Talks' underlings and followers. Oh, and Ronda Rousey took down Pete Dunne, Trini Kwan said. And guess what? It's going to be over, Kevin Owens said. Oh, she got Pete Dunne. He's tapping out. Ding, ding, ding. Here is your winner. Oh, come on. Oh. There we go. Here is your winner, Ronda Rousey. And Ronda Rousey's got something to say. Ronda Rousey has something to say. Diva Talks, you weakling, you always run away from me. Then you have your underlings like Pete Dunne, Kurt Hawkins, we haven't seen in some time, do all your dirty work. And I'm here to tell you, I don't care how many other folks I gotta go through to get to you, but I will. You know what? You making Jesus wrestle and fight, that is shameful. That is truly shameful. You know. And I know there's gonna be some folks out there who are gonna say, "Oh well, Rhonda, you shouldn't be talking. You know, you did some shameful things too." Yeah, sure, I did. You know, I did some shameful things that I'm not proud of. All right. But at the end of the day, I womaned up to everything I did wrong. You know, I can't say the same thing. I can't say the same thing for Diva Talks, who never womaned up to anything she did wrong. So I don't care how many foes I gotta go through. I don't care how many folks that you have that are being your new underlings or whatever you want to call them. But at the end of the day, hey, that's a Velveteen Dream. Oh, the Velveteen Dream just beat up on Ronda Rousey. She's going to give her the Death Valley Driver, Jim Ross says on that stand. Shame on him, Jim Ross says. Yeah, shame on him, Trini Kwan said. What a creep. Yeah, Kevin Owens said. Velveteen Dream being a creep. Get the stand out of here. The Velveteen Dream wants to say, Ronda Rousey, that your dream over. Well, Jim Ross says, what do you think about that shameful deed? Well, first, the shameful deeds that we saw being done by Diva Talks. The other shameful deed we saw being done by, the Velveteen Dream. You know, after we saw what Velveteen Dream did to Ronda Rousey, Diva Talks seeking to get Jesus to wrestle and fight here is another shameful thing. Yeah, it is a shame. It is another shameful deed. Trini Kwan said that we saw here today. And I stand with you, Jim. I think it was a shameful thing we saw. You know, it was one of those shameful deeds. You know, one of those shameful deeds we saw happen. And at the end of the day, I'm glad that Kurt Angle came out and made sure that it wouldn't happen. You know, I'm glad that Kurt Angle came out and stopped it from happening. Who knows what would have happened if Kurt Angle didn't come out here and stop it. You know, Kevin Owens said, who would have known what would have happened if he didn't come out here and stop it from happening? That's what I think Trini Kwan said. It was sad. Well, what do I believe? Well, Kevin Owens says, what I believe, Jim Ross, same thing Trini Kwan and you believe. It was a shameful deed. Diva Talks making Jesus wrestle. When he's not a wrestler, he's not a fighter. And I did think that it was a weakling, that Velveteen Dream was a weakling for striking Ronda Rousey from behind when he could have done it lair to lair. At least that's what I believe. You know? Well, that's all I gotta say. Well, I understand now we got Gorilla Monsoon, who's now going to be talking. We got Gorilla Monsoon, who's now going to be talking with Velveteen Dream. I mean, Girl Monsoon, who's going to be talking with Velveteen Dream after he struck Ronda Rousey from behind. Alright, yes, Jim Ross. I'm going to be talking of Velveteen Dream, who struck Ronda Rousey from behind here. Some would scathe you, Velveteen Dream, by saying that that was a weakling thing. It's like this, Gorilla Monsoon. Anyone can scathe the Velveteen Dream. But the Velveteen Dream's going to make sure that Ronda Rousey's dream is over. Yeah, she might be a former UFC Women's Heavyweight winner. She might be a former WWE Raw Women's Heavyweight winner. To all the things she did in UFC and WWE, good for her. But she's never wrestled, she's never fought a man like a Velveteen Dream. You see, Diva Talks, I learned either you're going to get bullied or you become the bullied. And I knew that sooner or later I was going to be on a shit list like Drew McIntyre, like Ronda Rousey, like, Godzilla and Ashley Williams, like John Cena. So like so many other folks out there that I didn't want to be on that list, like Dennis Rodman. I didn't want to be on that list. So I chose to be on Diva Talks' side. So you struck Ronda Rousey from behind like a weakling on the words of Diva Talks. Yes, I did. Oh, and I just want to wish Ronda Rousey a happy Thanksgiving Day and the Wanted Reichs. We all know that our Thanksgiving is on a Thursday, which the Velveteen Dream doesn't really understand that, but whatever. The grounds is that Ronda Rousey is going to be thankful that I didn't end her calling, and that her dream of being this great fighter, this great wrestler, is now over. Well, that was my talk with Velveteen Dream. Back to you, Jim Ross. Well, thank you, Gorilla Monsoon, for talking with Velveteen Dream here on Dynamite. Velveteen Dream is behaving like a creep. He's been a creep for so many years. He's been in WWE for some time, on NXT, and he's been a creep. Why? I don't know. But anyway, I think that what he said with Gorilla Monsoon was truly something a weakling would say. And I understand now that I understand before we go that Diva Talks is going to have a talk. Alright, before this show's done, Diva Talks says, everyone get in here. I'm putting a new team together. Algar! Alright. So, everyone wants to know if I'm making a team. Well, the short answer is yes. I am making a team. And I am putting one team together. I got a shit list of folks on it that I don't like. We don't got time, Algar, to look for your sword, so just shut it. So let me tell you, I guess I should say, since introduce is a French borrowed word, let me tell you who my team is going, who my new followers are. The Bruiserweight, Pete Dunne, who's a former WWE, NXT, UK, Wanted Kingdom winner, former WWE NXT team winner. And on the other side is a Velveteen Dream. I know it doesn't look much, but I'm working on it. Alright? I know it doesn't look much, but I'm working on it, alright? This is my team. I'm working on it. More followers, more underlings, more henchmen or henchwomen, whatever you want to call them, are coming. No one will fuck with me anymore. And if Stradama or Corone thinks that I'm going to give up my work to her when she shows up somewhere in January, She's got another guest coming.